Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've been a fan of the Apple iPad since the launch of Apple Pencil and the MacBook since the release of the Apple M1 chip. However, I still dislike the iPhone. Today, I'll talk about why I love the Apple MacBook and Apple iPad, but not iPhones. That's why I'm actually still using my almost 3 years old Xiaomi Mi 8. First, I would like to talk about their value. So, iPad is actually the first I got excluding the Xiaomi Mi 8, I actually got the iPad first, then the MacBook. But I got my iPad at a very low price. It's actually the iPad Air 3rd generation, 256 gigs version. So I got it at 1,900 if you include the Apple Pencil. That's a total of the Apple Pencil is like 400 because I got it used as well, so it's around a total of 2,300. So retail price, this model originally cost 2,800, and with the Apple Pencil it's around 3,250 if I'm not mistaken. So this is how I paid around 2,300 for it, but it originally cost around 3,250. But it's a very valuable device. Why? Because it gives me 4 important values. I used to study with it because I'm a uni student, so I bring it around. I use it a lot. The case isn't that good anymore. I use it together with the Apple Pencil. So yeah, I can easily do notes with it, write stuff on it. And then I actually brought this to work. So at one point I was doing part-time work, doing some data analysis and data entry. I actually use the iPad as a daily driver instead of my previous Acer laptop, which is very heavy. And even now, I'm actually using it for tutoring classes as well because I'm teaching maths, and when you're teaching maths, you definitely need to show how to do the working and everything. So having an iPad helps a lot. And of course, it's a very good consumption device. Having such a big screen, you literally just use it to watch videos, play games. After having my iPad, I basically don't really use my phone to watch videos anymore. And another thing is, it's a very I guess this half consumption, half productivity. It's actually very helpful to be used in the kitchen. Like maybe if you're washing dishes or when you are actually cooking stuff, watching cooking tutorials, you can just put it there at the kitchen countertop, and then you can just follow through all the guides. So that's consumption plus productivity. And finally, reading. It's a very good reading device. After using this, I downloaded a lot of news apps onto it, so I basically read it off this device because the screen is big, and then there's Night Shift, which is actually makes it a relatively good reader. Not as good as Kindle, but yeah, it's quite a good one. So there's these 4 values coming out of this from my 2,300 ringgit. So that's why I consider this a very high value device, because using 2,300, I can actually, I may improve my grades, and then I can earn money from it, from tutoring or other work. And consumption and all that, basically it's personal entertainment, and reading is increasing my knowledge. So it brings a lot of value, and it's actually quite powerful. So for artists and stuff, they can actually use Procreate and earn more money. So it's valuable for 2,300 ringgit, or even 3,250. I think it's actually quite valuable. Now on to my MacBook Air, which I actually got just this year. It's a Macbook Air M1. I got it because of the M1 chip, because otherwise, last time it was i3 or i5, it's too underpowered. But yes, so I actually only paid around 3,900 something because I was using a student discount, and the original price is 4,400. But this device is very, very useful as well. Very valuable. It brings a lot of value to me, mainly in 3 things. First, still study. It is a great study device. So if you watch my vlog, you know that I actually do data camp to learn data science on R and Python. Previously, before I have the MacBook, I actually used my iPad because when I was using my Acer laptop, I actually just leave it on my work table all the time connected to the monitor. I don't bring it around because it's too bulky, too heavy. So I only bring my iPad onto my room or onto my living room, and then I use my iPad to do all the data can work. It's only until when I get the Macbook Air, I really have a portable device. When I work, I plug into a monitor, and when I don't, I just bring it around in the living room, in the dining room, and in my bedroom. I can use this to learn stuff, watch Skillshare videos, all that. So I actually use this to study. Secondly, it's work, but it's high value work. I would say that it's high value work or high performance work, something like that, because it's a MacBook. It provides a lot more power when compared to this, I think, A12 chip on the iPad Air. So I use this to edit all my YouTube videos, and then all my podcasts. What else? All my scripts are mostly written here, and yeah, even when I'm running my business, I go through all I use Google Drive a lot. I open like 20 something tabs every single time. I edit all my posts, all the pictures for my business, all on this MacBook. So yes, it is a device that provides me high performance work. That's the second thing. And third, it will be consumption as well, but this is high performance consumption as well, because I can use this to watch YouTube, play simple games, but I can play some graphic demanding game as well. Not too demanding, but of course more demanding than the iPad. I can play like Minecraft and all this at relatively high frame rate on my 2K plus monitor. So it gives me more entertainment of this. Basically, by paying around 4,000 something, I can easily earn back that 4,000 something, but actually paid 3,000 something. So from the business side, definitely I've earned more than 4,000 for this device. But YouTube, podcasts, all this, these are potential money makers in the future, which I can actually make the money back. So this 4,000 is definitely worth it because I learned more stuff. I was able to produce more work, which can in turn earn more money than the iPad can, and yeah, it provides me more entertainment as well. Like even I'm considering like installing City Skylines, which is actually a game which I played a lot last time during my on my Acer laptop, onto this as well, which is something my iPad can't do. So both of this brings a lot of value, and this is slightly more expensive, but it brings more value. The iPad, 2,000, 3,000, but still it brings a lot of value. Studying and all this, writing notes, it's definitely something that the MacBook can't do. So both of this has a certain value for their price. Now, if we go to iPhone 12, iPhone 12, 256 GB to be exact. Actually 128 GB to be exact. Let's use that as the basic metric to compare. The price is 4,099 ringgit. But think about what is the value that it can bring. Because being a phone, you can study of it, but perhaps only using like simple apps like Brilliant or like even DataCam. I can do like simple exercises, but that are just like minor gaps of time between maybe in toilet breaks and all that. You use that. When you actually do focus study, you use your MacBook or your iPad, because these are the devices with big screen that you can spend time on. So perhaps studying, we can only consider like about, if we give this 1 mark and 1 mark, that can probably be only a 0.25. If we talk about work, I guess so, yeah. You can call people, you can message people, but isn't all phones supposed to do that? So basically it's like a very simple thing that every phone has, but the iPad can achieve a lot of things that a lot of other tablets cannot do. It has the Apple Pencil, I can write stuff on it, and then it is powerful enough that I can work on it. The MacBook is powerful that I can run video editing, audio editing, and photo editing on it. And then yeah, it's powerful enough for me to game on it. But phone call is something that's expected of a phone, so you can't really consider that a feature of the iPhone 12. Perhaps for work, the one thing that I can say that it's exclusive to iPhone is that they have very good camera. So if you're an influencer, definitely that will bring value to you. But for me, no, that's definitely not the value. But the third one, definitely it makes sense. Portable consumption. it being a small device and powerful enough, I think A14 chip, which is a lot more powerful than my iPad Air, yeah, that works. Reading? Perhaps, but not quite. I'll give it maybe a 0.7 because iPad is definitely better, having a bigger screen. For iPhone, having so small, it's like I would prefer getting a Kindle, which is like a proper size, so I'll give it 0.75. So imagine how much you're paying for that. $4,099. You are kind of just getting two value out of it. If you're an influencer, photography. Otherwise, for me, I actually can't really work off it. I will just get like portable consumption out of it. So that's the first thing. An iPhone doesn't bring much value to me. Therefore, I'm not getting an iPhone yet. Let's compare all these three, my iPad, MacBook, and my phone with other, not my phone, the iPhone, with all the other similar devices. Let's start with the iPad. So when I'm getting the iPad, I was actually considering other options. So there are actually two options available. The two main options available are the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6, which come with I think it comes directly with a stylus at the price of 3,099 ringgit. So retail price is definitely cheaper than the iPad with the Apple Pencil, because this one will cost 3,250. But of course, it comes with just 128 GB of storage. That's a downside. And another one would be actually the Huawei Mate Pro, which just launched the Wi-Fi edition. Because it's having a promo, so it comes with the keyboard and I think the Mate Pen or something, basically their stylus, for free, included at just 2,400. It's definitely worth it. But the first thing is that when I compare these three devices, I know that Apple iPad is the most powerful one because A12 chip is the most powerful among them. So I know that with this, I can definitely work on this. Secondly, if you look at both the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 and the Huawei MatePad Pro, their operating system just isn't as good as an iPad, because I know how iOS and then iPadOS works. They work very intuitively with the Apple Pencil and then with multitasking. So it's almost a computer. I mean, like now the newer iPad Pros, those are really qualified as a computer. But this one is like almost qualified as a computer. I can literally multitask on it. That's why I was able to work on this. But those, they are more like desktop clones. They are not really rethinking it. So the interface isn't that nice. Therefore, I chose the iPad Air over them. And finally, it's just the stylus. I know that the iPad Air stylus and the Apple Pencil is the best, and Samsung one just isn't that good. Huawei one, I'm not very sure, but basically the operating system for Huawei is not something that will be considered, especially when they don't have Google Play Store. That's why when I compare it with all of them, this wins. And of course, you shouldn't forget that I get this for just 2,300, which is cheaper than the MatePad. Obviously, I'll get this. That's why when I compare all of them, the iPad Air is the best, and then for me, the best value out of all of them. Now, onto the MacBook. So, for MacBook, the other two competitor I chose is the Surface Laptop 4 Ryzen 5 edition, 256 GB of storage and 8 GB of RAM. That's like 4,000 something. I'll just list the price up here because I actually forgot. And then we have the Dell XPS i5 8GB, 256 GB SSD as well. And the price is like listed here. I know they're all 4,000 something. But one clear thing that this MacBook has is superb performance by the Apple M1 chip. That both of those can't fight. That's the first thing. Second thing is that this is sustained performance, very good GPU, not heating up, and silent, which is definitely something those two can't achieve at all. Of course, actually I think the MacBook Air is almost as same, and the weight is almost similar to the Surface Laptop 4, and the XPS is actually lighter than this. But I mean, like lighter and same. Like there's not really a point when they don't reach silent, like as silent as MacBook, and then they're not as powerful as this. So it's basically a clear win for this, and especially I was able to get it student price 3,900 something. Obviously, why not? So first thing first, like within the price, this is actually the cheapest still. I remember it being the cheapest, and then if you compare like all the other features that it comes with this, of course, obviously the MacBook is the best. Therefore, a reasonable choice that I'll choose the MacBook over all the other competitors. Now, I don't have the iPhone 12 in hand. Of course, I didn't buy it. I'll just use like my money as a phone here. So imagine the iPhone 12 being a 4,099 device. What other competitors do they have? So I chose one Samsung S21, which is a very popular phone, and then another one is actually Xiaomi Mi 11. Both of these are 5G phone, and then I specifically chose the 128 GB version, and the iPhone 12 costs 4,099. The Samsung S21 costs just 2,999. And the Mi 11 costs just 2,799. From a price perspective, iPhone 12 definitely loses out, because like look at the price, man, like it's over 1,000 more expensive. So that's one thing. So secondly, it's just that when you look at the iPhone, let's look back at all the value that it offers. Of course, it actually has the best camera among all of this. And we look at the XO mark, I think it has high as like 124. But the Mi 11, it's not that bad. It's just like 122, and the S21 is 121. So are you actually paying that 1,000 for that camera? You may argue that there's another two more good things from Apple that we can for sure say that Apple is good at that. One is that the A14 chip is the best chip of all. Hands down, Apple wins that. And Apple has the best software support. Hands down as well, Apple wins that. But the thing is, you need to think about having such a high performance chip in a phone. Do you really use it? You use it that much? Oops. But yeah, basically, having such a powerful chip on your phone, you don't really utilize it that well, because it's not a productivity machine like a MacBook or like an iPad where you actually do work off it. That's why having it so powerful doesn't really mean anything. Second thing, software support. I think like you can maybe use it for 5 years or something. But the question is that, can you actually use it 5 years? One thing is whether if there's any accident happening within this 5 years, and then are you able to live with the performance of the phone 5 years later? So that's the second thing. Therefore, you cannot kind of just disregard these two things. I mean, the camera can still be regarded as a strong point for Apple, because if you're an influencer, definitely you may just go for the best. But now let's look at one single thing that the Xiaomi 11 comes with. It actually comes with 2 years warranty. I mean, compared to the 5-year software support, the 2-year warranty is definitely something that's more valuable. Because you for sure know that you will want to use your phone maybe for at least 2 years, and the 2-year warranty guarantee that if anything doesn't work in your phone within the 2 years, you keep it alive for free. But your iPhone, if like let's say you break it, you break the screen for some reason, you break the battery or something, after a year, you just need to get a new one, even if they give you those 5-year software support. That's why, so when I compare with all the competitors, the iPhone doesn't shine that much, and then the price is so high that it doesn't make sense for me to go and get it. That's why this is the second reason why I didn't choose I didn't actually get the iPhone 12. Now, finally, the third reason here. So, because I'm not that rich yet. Of course, if you are rich and all, you actually don't need to compare all this stuff. You don't need to think about value. You don't need to think about comparing all of them. You can just get the best phone and maybe get even the second best phone. And you think you like Samsung, you just get it. You like the Samsung Tab, get it. You like the XPS, just get it. You can actually do that. But for me, I'm not that rich yet. So spending money, I do need to spend it wisely. Therefore, I look at one thing called price to income ratio. So if I look at the iPad Air price, so of course I'm looking at the retail price, and then considering that my salary is 2,500, it will actually take me 1.25 months to buy one. The MacBook Air will take me 1.75 months to get one. But both of this looks like an extreme value, especially when you can actually earn back the money over time with all the work that you put in. An iPhone 12 takes me 1.63 months to get one. So now imagine that, like, it's more expensive than this iPad on retail price, and then it's almost as expensive as a MacBook Air. And then what do you get out of it? Can you actually produce more money to actually, like, basically recoup that cost that you spent to buy the iPhone? It's hard, right? That's why it's quite hard for me. So if I want a best phone, why not I just get the Xiaomi Mi 11, which just costs 1.11 months, and I get all the basic features on an iPhone, and I get a 2-year warranty. Basically, I can guarantee that for another year I will need to change my phone. So this is the third reason why I actually dislike iPhone. I would actually love to buy an iPhone because after getting the iPad, then the MacBook, it makes a lot of sense for me to get one because it just complements me in this Apple ecosystem thing. But as of now, I probably won't get one because I'm paying so much Apple tax, like 1,000 ringgit plus, for not much value in return. So it's not worth it at all. But yes, perhaps I'm just not rich enough. When I'm rich enough, I can just go and buy one, and then like it will complement on the setup. But if I'm really rich enough, I'll do that because it actually helps a lot. It helps with my workflow and everything. But for now, I think I'll just stick with Xiaomi. Especially like this phone is still working. Yeah, and this one is actually very cheap. When I got it, it's just 1,300 something used. Yeah, the retail price is like 1,900. Back then, Xiaomi is still very cheap, it's 78. So, yeah, basically that. If you like this video, do like, share, and subscribe. And maybe consider checking out a video suggestion here, which I'm not sure what it is because I'll basically let the YouTube algorithm choose it. Or maybe check out the Untitled channel, which is actually a podcast channel created by me and my girlfriend Verene, where we talk about incongruous thoughts in our daily life. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.